using the square root property. Should say square root property or method. So what that means is you're going to take a square root of both sides. Just to be clear, this is x squared. And then this right here means the square root of x. And they're not interchangeable. You got to be careful that you're using the right one. So we're going to be using the square root over and over again tonight. All right, so I'm just going to rewrite this on the left here. You're going to take the square root of both sides of the equation. Now, when you do that, you have to, on the side with the number, you have to write plus or minus. Did you see that in class?
Yeah.
Okay. We can talk about why that is, or we can just sort of accept that there's always a plus or minus. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So x equals, and the reason it's x, the square root undoes the square. Square root undoes the square, so it goes away. What is the square root of 25? What is two numbers that are the same that multiply together
5.
to give you 25? Very good. Plus or minus 5. Now the reason there are two solutions has to do with the graph. This is a graph of x squared. This is the graph of 25. How many times does it hit the graph? How many times does the line hit the parabola?
5.
2 times. Do you see how it hits it 2 times?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why there's two solutions. Okay. Any questions on that before we move back to number 1?
No.
Okay. All right, so number 1 is x squared minus 36 equals 0. Okay. So this one's go. Let me know when
Sorry, my dog did something.
That's okay. Are you just let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
So notice that the number is not on the right side of the equal sign. In the previous problem, it was x squared equals a number. Here it's x squared minus a number equals 0. We're going to add 36 to both sides of the equation. So this is x squared equals 36. Now is when you're going to use the square root property. You're going to take the square root of both sides of the equation, but on the right hand side, it's plus or minus. What does x equal here, Aiden?
6.
That is only one of the answers. What is the other answer?
6.
You'd say it's plus or minus, right? Plus or minus, that comes down. That means it's 2 answers. It's 6 and -6.
Oh.
There's always 2 answers.
Okay.
Is that okay? All right, let's go to number 2. Did you get all that down, or do I need to scroll up?
No, I got it down.
Awesome. Okay, so this problem is exactly like number 1, except it's a different number. What did we do first in number 1?
You added 36.
Right. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're just not going to add 36. What should we add to both sides?
81.
You can add 81 to both sides. X squared equals
9. Oh, 81.
81. Now, you have to show the next step. You have to show that you're taking a square root. You have to show the symbol, the plus or minus, and the square root. You have to show it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what is the square root of 81?
9.
So what are your 2 answers this time?
9 and -9.
Plus or minus 9. Very good. Let me know when you get all that down.
Oh, I got it down.
Is there a third problem that isn't showing up? Your teacher seems like they skipped 3 on here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think she just grabbed it out.
All right. 3x squared equals 60. So this one's kind of like the first one, but there's this 3 in front. Okay, you want to undo this 3. Now, is this 3? What is it doing to the x squared? What's the math operation? Your options are add, subtract, multiply, or divide. What's the math operation between the 3 and the x squared?
Gotta add.
Do you see how they're squeezed together? The 3 and the x squared, they're kind of pushed together there.
Yes.
That's multiplication. How do you undo multiplication?
You divide it.
You divide both sides by 3. So you've got x squared equals
Oh, 3x to the power of 2.
no, you're dividing both sides by 3. So that
Oh.
those cancel. Those cancel. What
So-
is 60? What is 60 divided by 3?
60 divided by 3 is I don't know. I don't have a calculator.
Okay, it's 20.
My sister took it.
All right. So now what's the next step here? What do you do after you get it down to an x squared? What did we do in the previous problems?
The previous problems, we found the common something, the factors.
Let's go back and look. What did we do from the, we'll
No,
say,
you add.
what did we do here? We went from x squared equals 81 to what is going on in this line right here?
What's that called? What's it called? The
Let's go back and look. What is this symbol called?
square root.
Of x. So you're taking the square root of both sides. No, it's not a language test, right? You don't have to get the word right, but you have to know how to you need to know what to write, but you don't have to be able to say.
I do.
Yeah. So you take the square root of x squared plus or minus the square root of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there a number that when multiplied by itself gets you to 20?
I was gonna say 5, but no, that's 4.
4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. So unfortunately, there is no perfect square root of 20. Okay, so here's what you have to do, which is different. You have to build what's called a factor tree. Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
So does 2 go into 20?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 times what number gets you back to 20? Or what is 20 divided by 2?
That's 10.
Okay. Now try it again. Is 10 divisible by 2?
Yeah.
What is 10 divided by 2?
5.
Good. See how there's a pair of 2s?
Mm-hmm.
So for each pair, you can bring one out of the square root. Now this probably is new to you. I'm just gonna guess that you haven't seen this before, but you can bring a 2 out. So it's plus or minus 2 square root. Now this 5 stays inside. So we've got inside and goes outside. So the 5 stays inside the square root.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's your answer.
Okay, got it down.
All right, now I think that's the last of those type of problems where you have to take square roots. There is some square roots coming up in quadratic formula, but We probably should review some square roots, but I'll keep going here. Can always do that tomorrow night if there's nothing else here. But let's go to factoring. The idea here is you're learning all the different types of ways to solve a quadratic. We don't want that. We want to snip that in. Here we go. Factoring. Okay. Can you tell me what you remember about factoring that might apply to this problem here?
I don't know.
Nothing.
No, I just got to do the X.
So we've done problems like this before. And that's why I'm asking, do you remember anything about how to do this style of problem?
Yes.
Okay. So it has to do with the -6.
-6, -1, and it's 2, -3.
So is it 2 and -3 or -2 and 3?
2 and -3.
Yes. So what do you write down below here?
X plus 2, X minus 3, and then it's X equals -2, X equals 3.
You got it. Why do you think that's so easy for you?
And because I already did it.
You mean you've done this problem before, or you mean
Yeah.
you've done, when did you do it? We've done it, or
Like
like
2
you
days
saw?
ago.
Okay. Do you already have the answers to these?
Yeah, I already had the answers to number 1, 2, and 4, and 1 and 2 on the bottom. I just had to review.
Okay. Are you guys working on these in class?
Kinda.
Kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, let's take a look at another one here. So two numbers that multiply to -15, but add to +2.
Mm-hmm.
What numbers multiply to -15?
5 and -3.
Okay. So you knew that really fast. Is that because you've already done this?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back and let's do some more square root problems, because I'm guessing that is still unclear. We'll have plenty of time to do the other ones tomorrow. So let's look at a new problem here. Let's say it's I don't know, 2x² equals 32. Okay. And this is solve using the square root. Okay. So let's take a look at this problem here. So notice that x² is not by itself. It has a 2 in front. What's the math operation between the 2 and the x²?
Multiplication.
Okay, so you undo that with division.
Mm-hmm.
x² equals what on the right hand side?
6.
Try again.
I don't know.
Okay, so if you're ever unsure, you can
This
go,
is-
you can do long division here.
This
many
is really
times-
hard since when I took my phone from my sister
Well, how many times does 2 go into 3?
once.
Once. Good. 1 times 2 is 2. You subtract, bring the 2 down. How many times does 2 go into 12?
6 times.
6. So the answer is 16. Good. Now I'm going to drop a calculator in the chat that I think you might find useful. It's very intuitive to use. Doesn't really take much to learn. So you're welcome to use that if you are stuck. What's the next thing to do here to solve for x?
And then you and then I don't know.
Let's go back and look at a previous problem here. This is a good one to look at. What did we do in this line right here, going in this red arrow?
Oh, we did do the square root.
Yes. So you're going to take the square root of both sides. Square root of both sides. And you don't have to know to say it, you just have to know how to do it. You have to know what to write and what the result is. What is the square root of x squared on the left here? What does that become?
What 1x?
Okay, or just x, that's good. How about on the right here? What is plus or minus the square root of 16?
2.
Nope, try again. A number that times itself gets you to 16.
Oh.
You're welcome to use that calculator that I sent a link to.
I am.
Okay.
8.
You're not that's you're using something else than what I've sent you. It's not 8. On the Desmos Scientific, this is the square root symbol. It's kind of off to the right there. Or off to the left, sorry. Under the main
It's 4.
is 4. It's plus or minus.
Plus.
Well, there's two. There's two solutions. There's always two solutions.
All right.
I don't sense that you're buying into that. It's the curve. If that's x squared and that's 16, how many times does the line hit the quadratic?
Twice.
Twice. It's always got two solutions. Always, always, always. Okay. Just find another problem here for us to work on. How about this one here? Let's go x squared minus 6 equals 43.
Are
Okay.
you sure we have enough time? We only got like 2 minutes.
We're going to 25 and we'll keep going here. All right, so what do we do? What do we do to undo this subtraction by 6?
We did we divide it?
What is the math operation
Oh,
here?
subtract.
Subtraction.
Did
Good.
we add the
Yes.
6?
Yes, exactly. Okay, what is the result on the right hand side?
That's it's 0.
It's 43 plus 6.
Oh, you're asking about that.
Yes. I'm asking you to
I
kind of
thought that
step
was
through it with
left.
me. This is on the right. 43 plus 6.
49.
Okay. What is the next thing to do here that we've been doing in every single problem?
And then you square root it.
Square root both sides. Good. Plus or minus square root of 49.
And the square root of 49 is 7.
So what are your two answers?
2 answers.
Yes, there's two answers.
So 7 and 7.
What does this mean? What does this mean right in front of the 7 to you? What do you see?
It's cropped out.
Now what do you see?
Plus. I see a plus and negative sign.
So there's two answers. There's positive 7 and negative 7.
Oh,
There's two answers. How many answers are there to a quadratic?
2.
There's always two. Okay. So here's one for you to try on your own. It's not any harder than this one. It's just a different problem. I just want your final answer, whatever that is.
Okay, so you add 19 and then you get the square root of 81.
I want you to work through this on your own. If you have questions, ask. Yes, you do add 19 to both sides of the equation.
19. So then you get then you get 586. What?
Okay, how did you, what did you do to get that number?
I put in the wrong numbers accidentally.
Okay, why don't you reset and start again? So you're going to add 19 to both sides of the equation.
And then you get x equals x to the I mean x to the power of 2 equals 100.
Okay, keep going. You're on the right track.
And then the square root of x to the power of 2 equals plus and minus 48 the square root of 48. I mean square root of 100.
Okay, I'm still waiting for the final answer down here. What's your, let's just say you were going to get a prize, whatever it
10.
may be. What is your final answer?
X equals plus and minus 10.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's do 1 or 2 factoring problems to close out here. So these are like the ones we were doing kind of in the middle. So let's do those real quick. Here's a problem to solve by factoring. So you're looking for 2 numbers that multiply to 35, but add to -12. Add to -12. So they have to multiply to 35, but add to -12.
Mm-hmm.
What could those numbers be? What's one possibility?
You add the 12 on both sides.
That's not what I was asking. I was asking 2 numbers that multiply to 35.
Uh,
I need 2 numbers that multiply to 35.
5.
And
5.
5 times 5 is 25.
Um, that's a 6.
5 times 6 is 30.
I mean 7.
Good.
Dude, I'm too tired for this.
What do 5 and 7 add up to?
Add up to
Yes, what do they add up to?
12.
12. We want -12, so we're really close.
So negative 5.
And -7. Very good. X minus 5, X minus 7 equals 0. What are the final answers?
So we have x equals positive 5, x equals positive 7.
Boom, you got it. All right, well done. I will see you tomorrow night. We'll knock out the second half of that worksheet, but that is